Hey there, fellow travelers. Mark here with Wolters World. Today we're in fantastic Las Vegas, or fantastically expensive Las Vegas. The thing is, folks, coming to Las Vegas is not the cheap vacation destination that it used to be. Prices are up. Whether you're looking at accommodation, you're looking at shows, you're looking at anything. So it's not going to necessarily be a cheap vacation. However, there are some things that you can do to help save your money and be a little bit more budget conscious when you're here, to help your money go farther when you do come here to Vegas, because regardless of what people are talking about, Las Vegas is still a fantastic place to visit. But I think if I want to give you some advice on things you should know to help save money, it starts with this. Don't stay on the Strip. Look, I know you're here in Las Vegas, you want to stay on the Strip, Caesar's Palace, the Bellagio, all these fantastic hotels that are there on the Strip. You're so excited because that's what Las Vegas is famous for. However, those hotels on the Strip tend to have higher prices. Also, they tend to have resort fees, which could add $25 to $50 per night for the privilege of having Wi-Fi in the hotel. I mean, literally, these fees can add up quickly. So you always want to make sure, no matter where you're staying in Vegas, look and see what are the other fees that are in there, because those resort fees can really add up when you're staying here on the Strip. But in general, they can be a bit much. So what I recommend, look at staying in other parts of Vegas. Even if you just stay off Strip, or you stay at down in downtown by Fremont Street, you can save a lot of money there just on your accommodation, and then you come in to the Strip and enjoy the fun times there. But honestly, that's going to be your biggest money saver right there, is not staying on the Strip. We're actually here staying at an Embassy Suite that's just off the Strip. No resort fees. Saving money can be very helpful. Also, if you're looking to save money when you're going to stay here, I really recommend looking at coming midweek, because weekends, it's always busy here. But during the week, you can get better prices on accommodation, you get better prices on shows, it can save a lot on flights, so kind of check that out as well. Now, going along with not staying on the Strip, I also want to tell you, if you're a gambler, maybe don't gamble as much on the Strip. Go to some of those casinos that are off the Strip, because think about it, the casinos on the Strip have the allure of the Strip. You're on the Strip on a gamble here, they have the shows that are there, they have all the glitz and glam. Instead of the glitz and glam, people are going to come there anyway. Those casinos that are off the Strip, they have to entice you to come there by helping you win better or win more. So you might have a better odds of winning, or maybe not necessarily better odds, but a better payout ratio when you're looking at gambling off the Strip versus on the Strip. And when you're at those casinos, whether you're on the Strip or off the Strip, a little budget-friendly hack is to make sure you enjoy those free drinks that cocktail waitresses bring around, because they can save you quite a bit of money when you look at the price of drinks on the Strip. But I gotta tell you, don't be a cheapo and not tip those cocktail waitresses, because once you stop tipping them when they're bringing those drinks, they stop coming around as often. So make sure you do tip those waitresses to get it coming back. And don't think it's adding to the cost. No, tipping them $1 on a drink you'd probably pay $10 for at the bar is a budget-conscious decision. Another thing I think is very important, and it's not necessarily a budget thing, but it's kind of like, if you're gonna be gambling, you wanna improve your odds and improve your payout odds. It's always important to make sure you know the payouts on the tables you're playing. Is it a 3-2 payout, or is it a 6-5 payout? Because 3-2 pays you much better than a 6-5. And sometimes if you don't know that, you might be winning, but you could be winning bigger at a different table. Now, aside from the gambling, you also come here for the shows. And that's another budget thing you got to think about, because the shows, when you go here, or you're going to go see something at the Sphere, those things can cost quite a bit. I mean, we went and saw, the Wizard of Oz at the Sphere, and it was $250 for the two of us to go there, and it was midweek at a matinee show. And if we would have gone at night, it would have been about $500 for those nosebleed seats all combined. So my recommendation, if you want to see a show when you're here, maybe go to some of the smaller shows, some of those afternoon shows, those matinee shows. You do have better prices, because I'll be honest, it was literally half price for the 5 o'clock show on a Wednesday than it was on a weekend show to go see Wizard of Oz at the Sphere, in the evening. So you can save money at some of the bigger shows if you pick the right times. But also, I just got to say, in general, go to some of the smaller shows, the magic shows, the smaller venues. You can see some fun stuff and have a great time at a much better price. Now, when you're buying your tickets, another thing you can do to try to save some money is sometimes you look at same-day tickets. You can see if there's anything available last minute. You might be able to save some money that way. But also, another thing you could do, especially for the smaller shows, is if you go and buy direct from the venue, because then there's not as many service fees added on. Because if you're buying tickets online, there's always another fee, another fee, and another fee. And so some of those get to be dropped off when you buy direct from the theater or the show or the casino. So something to kind of think about. Now, another really horrible budget buster when you come here to Las Vegas is when you breathe on the mini bar. Now, I'm not saying breathe on the mini bar, but a lot of the mini bars, especially on the Strip, they're weighted so they can tell if you move anything. And if it's been moved for like 30 seconds, they charge you. So my advice to you is don't touch the mini bar. Don't look at the mini bar. Go to the CVS's and Walgreens, get your snacks, get your waters, get those things there, and take it back to your room so you have it at a significantly lower price. Because that like $3 Coke at, CVS or Walgreens could be $15, if you're looking at a mini bar one. So kind of extrapolate that and realize maybe I can walk across the street for that Snickers bar instead of getting the one for the mini bar. Now let's look at transportation around town. Now when you're here, you're probably going to use Uber and taxis to get around, and you can do that. But I will tell you, don't forget about the budget option of taking the bus. I mean, you can literally get a pass that will let you take the bus all over town, and not just the Strip. You can go and explore, and the bus is so much cheaper. It's insanely cheap to do. But also there's the trams you can take in different places, the different shuttles. There's some free shuttles too. So look at that kind of public transportation here in Vegas. That can save you some serious money when you're going around. And that's why look and see if your hotel has a, shuttle to the airport, because that can save you money there as well. Because if you're going to be coming from the airport, they have flat fees for the taxis. So like if you're like from anywhere from $21 to $29, flat rate taxis in. Uber might be cheaper. I mean, that's a little budget tip. Check and see the Uber and Lyft prices before you leave the airport and see how they compare to those flat rates for taxis. Because a friend of ours, he came in at 11 o'clock at night. It was $13 for the Uber, so it was cheaper. Another friend came in at 8 o'clock at night and it was $27. We took the taxi, it was $21. So just be aware of that. Now let's talk about money and getting money when you're here in Las Vegas. One thing I want to tell you is you want to save some money, bring your cash from home and make sure you have some singles and some fives so you can tip people easily. Instead of going, oh, I only have a 20, what do I tip the cleaning staff when I'm here 2 nights? Have those singles, have those fives. But also when I'm saying getting cash out before you come, the ATM fees on the Strip can be insane, like 10 bucks, maybe 15 bucks. I mean, insane ATM fees. Why throw away another 10 bucks? Get the cash from your local bank back home that doesn't charge you anything, so you have that cash to bring with you, because the tipping you're going to do when you're here is insane, because honestly, you're tipping everybody that's helping you out here in Las Vegas. And we have a video that literally goes through tipping in Las Vegas and the actual number you should actually tip people to help you out. So I'll tell you what, let's go someplace that doesn't have as much traffic, and we'll talk more about some of these budget tips to help you save money here in Vegas. There are really cool shows here in Las Vegas, so make sure you take the time to look and see what shows are available when you're coming here, and book ahead, because you can save some money if you're booking early a lot of times. And also you get the seats you want to get when you come see shows. Here in Vegas, not everything is super expensive. You still have deals that are out there. Yes, you can still get 3 t-shirts for $12.99 in places like this here on the Strip. So I don't want you to think everything's overpriced, because there still are deals out there, but you do have to search for them. Hey, who says there's no deals in Las Vegas anymore? Buy 2 cans of beer, get a shot for free. I like that deal. So it's evening time here on the Strip, and another thing I want to tell you about in terms of budget is really always pay attention to your bill. Look for all the service charges or extra fees that might pop up on there. You might see a CNF, which is the kind of concessions and franchise like fees, little things like that. It's like a 4 or 5% add-on that some restaurants might add on there. It doesn't always happen, but it's one of those things that it's not a tip. So where is that money going for? So you can ask them, hey, could we take that off? Or if you're going and you're staying at a hotel, you might want to ask them, hey, are there any extra fees or gratuities that you're putting on that are optional, and you can eliminate those? I know one of the things I'll sometimes ask is like, hey, do you have an automatic gratuity for the housekeeping? Because I like to give them cash directly, so I leave a little thing for them and a little note for them, so I prefer that. So you can do it that way. But the thing is, you want to look for those fees that are like, wait, what's this fee for? What's that? Don't be afraid to ask, because sometimes extra things get added on, and that can hurt your budget. Now, another, I think, really good thing, and this is actually one of Jocelyn's best tips for when you're coming here to Las Vegas, is set a gambling budget. So like when Jocelyn goes gambling, she's like, look, I've got $100 to gamble. Once that's done, it's over. I got $200, I have that, and it's over. So it's kind of like, hey, it's like if I'm going to the Sphere to see a show, or if I'm going to see, a show on the Strip, I pay for that ticket. That's my entertainment money. Well, I have my gambling entertainment money, and once that's done, I'm good. I can move on. Because the thing is, if you don't set that gambling budget, you might put yourself in a bad economic situation that you don't want to be in. So have it respectable, like what you're willing to lose, because let's be honest, you don't always win all the time when you're here. Sometimes you do. but it's a good idea to have that limit because then you can stay in budget. Because part of being a budget trip to Vegas is not blowing your budget on things like over gambling and overspending what you wanted in gambling. Now, another really good budget tip when you're coming here is sign up for the loyalty programs and the newsletters and the e-newsletters and all those things that the casinos have. Because if you're one of their loyalty program people, sometimes you can get perks, and sometimes it's just a free drink or a free meal. Sometimes you do get a free hotel room, but honestly, the best thing you get is if you know you're going to be coming back, they'll be sending out newsletters and letting your emails about, hey, we're having this deal. So sometimes you might be able to book that hotel without the $50 a night resort fee. Yeah, they might give you deals like that. So it's really good to be connected. So do sign up for the newsletters, sign up for the loyalty programs. That can save you some cash. Now, another thing is very simple when you want to save money here is do the free stuff, walk up and down the strip, go see the Bellagio fountain going up, walk through the Venetian where the gondolas are, right? Go see the Strut and go, wow, that's a really tall thing there. Walk on Fremont Street for the Fremont Street experience and see all the craziness there. There's a lot of free stuff you can actually do. I mean, I can't tell you how many people just sit and watch the Sphere change into different things. I mean, there's a lot of free stuff you can do when you're here, which is really nice. And also a lot of low-cost things like I talked about before, like the magic shows and smaller venue stuff. You can do that. Now, another thing I enjoy doing, and now that I'm getting a little bit on the gray side, let's say, is using happy hours. Because what you have to understand, Vegas, they want to bring people in. They want you to come and drink and eat and gamble and have fun. But one of the things they know is they know some of the things get a little pricey. So you'll notice there will be a lot of happy hours around it. It might be till, from 2 to 6, we have half price appetizers or $5 beers or a $6 slice of pizza. Little things like that can make a difference to your budget. So look around for those happy hour deals and you can enjoy some good eats and some good drinks for a better price. And therefore your wallet will be happier and so will you. Also, another thing I think is really important, because when you're coming to Vegas, there's so many cool things you can do when you're here. And I don't want you to just be a cheap tourist and only do free stuff, but I will say to help you be a better budget traveler when you are here, pick where you splurge. Because you know what? If it's a show you really want to go see, do it. We're here, and actually the one thing we wanted to go do, we wanted to go see Wizard of Oz at the Sphere. So that's one of those things like, look, we're going to spend the money to go see that. It's going to be a big show, and we're going to save money in other ways, like where we're staying. We're not on the Strip. We're staying at the Embassy Suites off the Strip. We're not eating on the Strip all the time. We went down to down by Fremont and ate cheaper down there. And so you have these things you can do. But it's okay to splurge when there's that thing, you really special thing. You want to do that because you don't just want to be a budget tourist and not spend any money. You want to make sure you have a good time with it. So, but the key thing is with being a good budget traveler is knowing when to splurge. So look and see what shows are going to be in town when you're there. Is there somebody big you've always wanted to see? Then it's worth it to see them and get tickets for that, okay? And then a really easy way to save money when you come to Las Vegas is when you come to Las Vegas. Summertime here, it is dead, okay? Because it's so hot, you don't want to be outside. You don't want to be here. It just gets very, very uncomfortable with the heat. And yes, it's desert, it's hot all year round. Not all the time, but in the summer can be a bit much. So if you want to save money, you could do it that way. But if you want to come normal weather times of the year where you're not melting, don't come on the weekends. Come on the weekdays. Weekdays, I mean, we're here during the weekend. We're getting right into restaurants. We're getting right into shows. We're having no problem in the casinos, getting drinks. You're getting a chance to meet the locals as well when you're here, which is cool when you're here during the week. But also the prices for the hotels, prices for events, it's a lot cheaper on a Wednesday than a Saturday night, all right? So what are some of your best budget tips for getting the most out of coming to Las Vegas? Let us know in the comments below so we can help other travelers save a bit of money when they come to Sin City. Anyway, I want to say a special thank you to all our patrons on Patreon, our members on YouTube who make making videos like this possible with their support. If you want to help support make honest travel videos, please look in the comments below or in the video description below, and we have information where you can sign up, whether here on YouTube to become a member, click become a member, or go to patreon.com/woltersworld and see how you can help us keep making fantastic, honest travel videos to help you and other travelers travel better. Anyway, I wish you all the best. I'll say bye from, now it's not cheap, but you can save a little money when you're here, Las Vegas.